So Ne-Yo has always been an iconic figure in the R&B space, and he's had some major hit songs like from So Sick, Miss Independent, Mad, and so many more. And today we're going to be attempting to make an R&B beat that sounds similar to his style, so let's get straight into it. I'm going to start off this melody by using this sound inside sector called Medicine. It's in the keys section, and it's a pretty nice sounding sound. So I'm going to be playing in the key of B minor, and I'm only going to be using the chords G, A, and B. Let's record this first melody, and I'll explain a little bit more as I go. So for most of Ne-Yo's songs, I know he always has a very catchy melody that are just super iconic. Like as soon as you hear that melody, you know automatically what song it is. So I'm trying to implement that a little bit here by creating this melody, and hopefully when I create the rest of the melodies, it kind of complements this first one. And for those that watch my videos, you know that I always start with an idea, but then it comes out sometimes a whole another different idea at the end, and it's not even close to what we started off with, and that's fine. So let's go ahead and EQ this a little bit. EQ this high end right here and reduce some of this low section because we don't want those high frequencies to hit. Okay, so for my next instrument, I'm going to use this sound called 60s synth strings, and it's inside analog lat 5, and it sounds a little bit like this. Now let's just record the same chords in, kind of using a different type of pattern. EQ some of this high end too, not too much, just a tiny bit. And let's go ahead and add a little bit of reverb here on the analog lat 5 option. Let's mess with the effects just a little bit. Now it's complementing the other melody pretty nicely, but for sure we're not even close to being done. Now for my next sound, I do want something that sounds a little bit more like an 80s piano or like a digital piano EP, but kind of sounds those bell sounds that I heard Ne-Yo use a couple of his tracks. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this sound called Dire Dreams, and it's in the classic synth keys section, and it sounds a little bit like this. And I'm gonna go ahead and try to play a melody similar to this one right here. All right, let's record this in. And for this third melody, I kind of just made something a little bit different, kind of like a counter melody, because I know we're going to be subtracting some stuff in the choruses, pre-choruses, verses, and all that stuff. Let's go reduce some of this midsection here. And this sound is actually pretty nice, so we don't have to do too much to it. And this one, like I've noticed sometimes in songs like So Sick and Miss Independent, he has like a very subtle lead in the back, kind of complementing his vocals, but we don't know what song we're making yet or what artist is on here. So I'm just going to go ahead and create a melody, and let's just go with that. And for the sound I'm going to be using this sound called Words of Zelina, and it's in the soft lead section. Really loving that lead sound, very subtle, and it just complements everything. Right now everything's kind of cluttered, I'm not gonna lie, but we're not gonna leave like this. And if you're enjoying this video so far, go ahead and hit the like button. Now I'm gonna reduce a lot of the low end here and the high end, just because I want it to be even more subtle, and we're not gonna be adding this all over the track, just in places here and there. We'll just raise up this reverb volume and some of this FX, and I think the melody's sounding good like that already. So we just leave it like that. I think we got our full melody completed. Now let's go ahead and add some drums. And very important to notice here that for all of Ne-Yo's tracks, he's very simple on the drums. To be honest, he doesn't even add a lot of hi-hats on most of his tracks. It's mainly just like a snare drum or a clap and then a kick drum. And honestly, most of the time that's it. But we are gonna add a little bit of flavor into this. Hopefully add some of my style to it. Let's go into the R&B Madness kit. Let's go ahead and add this clap. Now let's go ahead and add a kick drum. Now for the kick drum, I am going to try to make it very like hip hoppy kind of, because he kind of makes like pop R&B more than just straight R&B, which this is why a lot of his tracks were kind of hits, because pop just stands out. Let's just be honest. Pop is just where it's at. So let's go ahead and just kind of make this pop, hip hoppy, whatever you want to call it. Okay, now that we got the kick drum in place, let's go ahead and add this weird tom that I could just hear sometimes. And this is just my preference of tom. You could use any other tom or snare drum kind of that you want to use, but I like this one. So let's go ahead and add it like every other 2 bars. Now, to be honest, if you really want to replicate a neo beat, you would be done right now. Like, that's it. You're done. But like I said, I want to add more of a modern feel to it. So let's go ahead and add a hi-hat, but this is not going to be a normal hi-hat. Let's go ahead and add like a shaker that'll complement more of this style that we're making. And I am going to change the velocity up and down on a lot of these, just so the shaker can feel like it's actually like grooving a little bit and not just so staccato and straight. Because then after that, then the shaker will be kind of stale and it just wouldn't sound good. Now that we got the shaker done, let's go ahead and add a bass. And honestly, for the bass, it has to be very subtle. Like you can almost barely hear it. Now it has to be something very simple as well. So let's go ahead and just record this in. I am getting this bass from the R&B Madness kit as well. And I am going to go ahead and play the bass on the keyboard just because it's going to feel way more authentic that way. Let's go. Go ahead and EQ this a little bit. Let's make this bass stand out a little bit more. I don't want it to be completely invisible either, you know, just to please the ear a little bit. And I'm just gonna make a second variation for the next 4-bar loop because I just want to pick and choose what type of style pattern I'm gonna be using. So something quick. Now let's rearrange this whole thing. It's gonna sound way different, and let's hear the final result in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Alright, and if you're at the deep end of this video, you already know what to do. Comment down below, deep end. A lot of people do make it to the deep end, so I love to see those comments. Anyways, let me know if you think Neo should hop on this and who should he hop on this with. Anyways, guys, hope you guys are enjoying these videos. Let me know what type of videos you want to see next. If you're enjoying these type of videos, go ahead and click on this next video right here. Until next time, God bless, stay blessed. Till next time, peace.